Michael had always been a hard worker. He showed up early, stayed late, and followed every rule he was given. But despite his dedication, his bank account remained empty, and his dreams stayed locked behind invisible walls. He looked around at people living freely, traveling, building businesses, retiring early, and wondered what they had that he didn't. His father used to say, "If you work hard, life will reward you." But life didn't seem to be listening. Each month was a financial race, and no matter how fast he ran, he always ended up breathless and behind. One evening, he sat on the floor, holding a stack of unpaid bills, and asked the question that changed everything: what am I missing? The next day, he stumbled on a podcast. A wealthy entrepreneur was talking, not about strategies, but about thinking. "He who thinks poor, stays poor," the man said. "Your income is capped by your identity." Michael paused the podcast, rewound it, and played that sentence again. Something in him cracked open. That night, he couldn't sleep. He realized he had spent his entire life following external rules, while his internal beliefs kept him broke. He started observing the wealthy, not their clothes or homes, but their choices, their language, their confidence. They didn't talk about surviving. They talked about creating. They didn't shrink back from problems, they leaned in. Michael began writing down what they believed. Money is a tool. Risk is part of growth. Time is more valuable than money. And he wrote down his own beliefs. Money is scarce. Play it safe. Only the lucky win. The contrast was violent. It hurt to see, but he was tired of being stuck. So he made a decision. "I won't be rich by working harder. I'll be rich by thinking differently," he whispered to himself. Every day, he chose one belief to replace, one old program to uninstall, one mindset to challenge. He stopped saying, "I can't afford it," and started asking, "How can I make it possible?" He stopped waiting for permission, and started building ideas, even when they were small, even when they failed. Michael wasn't changing his job yet, but he was changing his future, by changing his mental wiring. I know this story well, because I was Michael. I was the man who worked hard but never saw progress. I was the one who blamed the world instead of my beliefs. I thought my past defined me. I thought success was for others. I thought money was a struggle, not a system. But once I questioned those thoughts, the world around me began to change. I didn't win the lottery. I didn't meet a billionaire mentor. I rewired my identity from the inside out. I started seeing opportunities where I used to see problems. I saw leverage instead of labor. My confidence grew, not because I had money, but because I finally believed I could create it. I said no to things that drained me. I invested time in things that built me. I stopped proving my worth through exhaustion, and started proving it through strategy. The moment I acted like someone worthy of wealth, I became someone capable of building it. Now, I look back and see the old me, not with shame, but with compassion. He wasn't lazy. He was programmed. He wasn't weak. He was uninformed. He believed what the world taught him, that effort equals money, and mindset was fluff. But now I know, mindset is the engine, and action is the fuel. I still work, but now I work from vision, not fear. I invest, I build, I scale, I rest, and I teach others to break their mental chains too. You see, this story isn't just about me. It might be about you. Maybe you're where I was, working tirelessly, waiting for a break that never comes. Maybe deep down, you know you're capable of more, but you don't know how to escape the loop. I want you to know something most never hear. You are not broken. You are just stuck in an old mental system. The wealthy aren't better than you. They've just reprogrammed what they believe is possible. They expect growth. They expect money to flow. They make choices that align with freedom, not survival. They say yes to risk, no to excuses, and always ask better questions. And so can you. You don't need $1 million today. You need a new mental operating system. You don't have to know every step. You just need to believe new steps exist. Start with this. What do you believe about money, and is it serving you? What story are you telling yourself every morning when you wake up? Does it build you or trap you? When you think about wealth, do you feel fear, or do you feel potential? You were not born to struggle endlessly. You were born to rise. But no one can shift your path unless you shift your thinking. Today is not about becoming rich overnight. It's about choosing a new direction in your mind. Start by seeing yourself as someone who creates value, solves problems, builds systems. Say to yourself, I am not stuck. I am learning how to rise. Every belief you upgrade, upgrades your future. And every small shift you make, begins to unlock your next level. You don't need to chase money. You need to become the person it flows to. And you can, starting now, starting here, starting with one thought. Because once your mind is free, your wealth will follow.